Good morning. Today I have table swivel vise, rugged cast iron with anvil. It's from Central Forge. Let's take a look at it. Definitely cast iron, heavy as I don't know what. In the reviews, some of these vices get bad reviews, so I wanted to buy one, try it out, see how it actually is. And this one's removable, of course, much like my carpenter's vise. I wanted this one to be removable. I can put it on this small workbench, but I can put it on my big workbenches too. I always buy ones like this that I can move around. So this is swivel. It has this adjustment to make this move. So it's kind of versatile on setting it up. Let's get it mounted to the bench. It's kind of heavy. Let's move it for demonstrative purposes. Now, sometimes I screw this down to the bench to use it. If I was using this, I'd have to. Okay, so this swivels. Kind of nice. This swivels, which is actually kind of nice. Most of the time I'm going to use it like this. So I want to tighten it there. So I'll mount it like this so I can show everything. Just tighten this up. It no longer swivels. That's not a good platform. I'm going to have to attach this to my big bench. This goes back and forth. That's kind of standard. What happens if I over tighten it? Well, seems to be okay. I was worried about the threads pulling, but I'm probably not going to tighten it more than that. Not to the threads yet. They look like threads, but they're not. Let's take it all the way out. There. Of course, it gets a little unstable. It's a little rough. Harbor Freight tools typically are a little rough. The cast iron where they paint it, you kind of expect to be rough. They've machined that, but it's got very heavy machine marks. And it's got replaceable jaws. Okay, so I can loosen this, swivel this. Actually kind of like that. There's a lot of oil now. So these are textured and they're removable. They have 2 screws you can take off. Here's the rough machining on this. I'm not sure that needs a fine finish. If I'm pounding on something that I put on there, it's going to get that impression on it. So not the best. Okay, when they said 2.5, I thought this would be the throat size. That's not true. The 2.5 is the jaw length here. It says 2 inches is the biggest opening here, but I think that's actually a little bit more. Okay, it goes more than 2. Goes about 2.25, but I wouldn't use it at that. This is getting unstable. Of course, when you lock it down, it's going to get stable, but I still wouldn't do that. Okay, the anvil, I'm sure I would use it sometimes. I don't know how much. I have a big anvil, so I'm not sure how much I'd use this. I'm sure I can find uses for it now that I have it. I like the jaws. I like the texture. I like the 3 different indentations. Let's turn it around. So this goes 360. This goes 360. Sometimes I want to work with metal, and I don't want to use this. I'm afraid of tearing it up, and it's got wood jaws. I don't really want to deal with that. So this is an alternative. Let's see. This will keep the jaws. This will keep the top. So, okay, and I always show these being used. So give me a minute, and I'll start on my next project. Hey guys, so once again, I'm cutting conduit. So I mounted this on here. There are 3 holes to attach with bolts. I'm not going to do that right now. If I get into something really heavy duty with this, I'll do that. But on this small bench, I'm never going to do that. So I'm just going to leave it with the screw only. If I put it on the big bench, I'll put the bolts in. And I recommend you put the bolts in. The last time I cleaned up conduit that I'd cut on the chop saw, I got a lot of comments that said, why are you using the tools you're using? There's a special tool made for conduit reaming. I don't do it enough to justify that. Let's try this again. There we go. The first thing I want to do is take it over and put it on the big bench, mount it with bolts. Quarter 20s looks like fit just fine. I think I get a lot of use out of this. Thinking I paid about $22 for this. Bought it a long time ago, just took it out of the box, so I'm not absolutely sure what I paid for it. But to me, 20 some dollars, well worth the price. Needed something like this. I'll probably grind that flat with a file. Nice tool. If you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.